All right, it's time. I've been grinding for a long time. Y'all know that. And it's time I achieve one of my long lost goals. All right, I want 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. I'm a little more than 30,000 away. So please, Pharaohs, help me run my sub count up in the month of September. If you watch this video, please subscribe to my channel. I want to hit 30,000 subscribers in 1 month to get to 100K. Again, we can do this, Pharaohs. I trust in my Pharaohs. Y'all done held me down and paid my bills for over a year, and I know we can do this together. We've been through a lot. The grind ain't never stopped, and we going forward in the month of September. I need about 30,000 subscribers in the month of September to achieve this goal. I'm finna grind my behind off to get to it. I know we got it in us. Thank y'all so much for the time, love, support. We finna do something amazing and have our moment by the end of September. 30,000 subscribers in 1 month. Let's go.
All right, Mr. Taliaferro TV. For those who don't know, Michael Bennett of the Seattle Seahawks claims that racial profiling struck him and a couple weeks ago at the Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor fight, actually about a week or so ago. And this is a very crazy situation, but he penned this open letter. I'll come back after the open letter and give some more facts about the case. But he pretty much, to make a long story short, he said there was a shooting that took place and everybody kind of scattered. Here's what he said in his open letter. He said, "Dear world, on Saturday, August 26, 2017, I was in Las Vegas to attend the Mayweather-McGregor fight on my day off. After the fight, while heading back to my hotel, several hundred people heard what sounded like gunshots. Like many other people in the area, I ran away from the sound looking for safety. Las Vegas police officers singled me out and pointed their guns at me for doing nothing more than simply being a black man in the wrong place at the wrong time. A police officer ordered me to get on the ground. As I laid on the ground complying with his commands to not move, he placed his gun in my head and warned me that if I moved, he would blow my fucking head off. Terrified and confused by what was taking place, a second officer came over and forcefully jammed his knee into my back, making it difficult for me to breathe. They then clenched me in the handcuffs on my wrist so tight that my fingers were numb. The officer's excessive use of force was unbearable. I felt helpless as I lay there on the ground, handcuffed, facing the real-life threat of being killed. All I could think of was I'm going to die for no other reason than I'm being black and my skin color is somehow a threat. My life flashed before my eyes as I thought about my girls. Would I ever play with them again or watch them have kids or be able to kiss my wife again and tell them I love them? I kept asking the officers what did I do and reminding them that I had my rights that they were duty bound to respect. The officers ignored my pleas and instead told me to shut up, and then they took me to the back of a nearby police car where I sat there for it felt like an eternity until they apparently realized that I was not a thug, common criminal, or ordinary black man, but Michael Bennett, a famous professional football player. After confirming my identity, I was ultimately released without any legitimate justification for the officer's abusive conduct. I have always held a strong conviction that protesting or standing up for injustice is simply the right thing to do. The fact is unequivocally, without any question, why before every game I sit during the national anthem, because equality doesn't live in this country, and no matter how much money you make, what job title you have, or how much you give, or when you're seen as a nigger, you'll be treated that way. The system failed me. I can only imagine that Eric Garner, Michael Brown, Trayvon Martin, Tamir Rice, and Charlena Lyles felt. I have retained Oakland civil rights attorney John Brown to investigate and explore all my legal options, including filing a civil rights lawsuit for the violation of my constitutional rights. Sincerely, Michael Bennett. To add to that, I want to give you what the undersheriff of Las Vegas said about the investigation. He said investigators are combing through hundreds of videos associated with the incident, but featured one body cam that he believes helps tell the story. The man's name is Kevin McMill. He said cops had responded to an active shooter call at the Cromwell Hotel around 1:30 a.m. on August 27th, and when they arrived, teams with cops were focused on clearing the casino and hunting for the shooter. McMill said that the body cam shows officers clearing out dozens of people of various races. He says officers only chased Bennett when he acted suspiciously during the intense search. Hold on to that. McMill said due to Bennett's actions, they believed Bennett may have been involved in the shooting and they gave chase. McMill pointed out that both officers involved in detaining Bennett are Hispanic. McMills said an internal investigation is underway, but at this point he sees no evidence that race played any role in this incident. And the LVMPD said Bennett was not armed, and cops eventually determined he was not involved in any criminal activity. Bennett claimed one of the cops held a gun to his head and threatened to blow his fucking head off. But McMills did not address that particular part of the allegation. All right, just quick thoughts real quick. Something came across to me. I've seen this a couple times, and I want to address this, and it was a thought in my mind. Michael Bennett had been a part, him and his brother Martellus Bennett had been a part of the movement. They have been literally, Michael Bennett just did a Breakfast Club interview. He did a lot of interviews recently over the last couple months talking about the injustice in this country. He's working on a book. I mean, the brother has literally, he's not just talking this game. They give their money. They give their endorsement money. They give their hard-earned money back. Right? And they don't have to do this. They play for the Seahawks, and Martellus paid for the Patriots last year. They don't have to do this. They stood with Colin. They kneeled with Colin. They did everything to show that they are just tired of the injustices that are going on in this country, especially with police officers and black people, right? One thought came to my mind, just playing both sides of the fence. What if Michael Bennett really wanted to get in part of the movement and have like that? You know how like everybody, like great athletes have that great game to go with their career. Kobe has 81. You know what I mean? What if Michael Bennett wanted to be a part of this, and when the shooting took place, he did disrespect the police officers? Then I had to come back and think that ain't right. Why would Michael Bennett do that? The brother has not shown me any signs of a liar. Again, I'm a man I like to see actions. The brother has been about the movement. He's been about his family, his kids, and I'm sticking with him. There's got to be some truth in that. I said hold on to one of the statements that the lieutenant, or the undersheriff rather, said. He said, due to Bennett's actions, they believe Bennett may have been involved in a shooting. Well, Bennett's claiming y'all put a gun to his head. What actions could he have done that would have led to him being on the ground? What could he have done? Right? And if that is the case, where y'all think y'all got a shooter and y'all end up putting a gun to somebody's head, something's wrong with the legal system. You think that's a shooter, but you have no evidence? Why does that man have a gun to his head? These are the things we're talking about. And my last thing here. They say Bennett was not armed, and cops eventually determined he was not involved in any crime. If he wasn't armed, right? And again, I know looking back, foreshadowing here, it's easier said than done. But why were guns even pulled on this man if he had shown nothing? I know they were responding to a shooting. I get it. These are police officers that want to get home to their wife and kids. I get it. But why were guns pulled on this man if y'all had not seen any? I got to read up on the legal system and the proper protocol. Why were guns placed on him, on Michael Bennett? And we see that on the body cam. There's a body cam video. You check it out on TMZ. I'll put it up on Mr. Taliaferro TV Instagram. Why were guns pulled on Michael Bennett if you couldn't even prove he was a part of this in any shape or form? I've seen white men who just literally admit that they killed somebody come out with a gun in their hand, and police simply grab them and arrest them. This is real. I'm just going to leave that at that. I didn't want to get too much opinionated with it. I'm standing with Michael Bennett, though. I can tell you that. I gave y'all the facts. I read Michael Bennett's letter. I'll let you hear what the sheriff said about it. He's claiming that they don't believe racism is a part of it, and he even tried to play the role of it was two Hispanic cops that arrested Michael Bennett. But what he doesn't understand is what we're saying is police officers, even black officers, when they see a black male and it's either a crime, a suspicion of a crime, or responding to a crime, even black police officers clinch up, and that's a problem in this country if everyone's scared of black males, including police officers. Hispanic, white, black police officers are not doing the right things when it comes to black male, and they're using their power and authority too many times. Again, I'm not convicting anybody. Michael Bennett is planning to take civil action right now against the Las Vegas Police Department. We'll see how this goes. I'll keep you updated. Those are the facts. Now it's just time to see where this story goes from here. This unfortunate incident, I don't even like talking about it. It's such a, just honestly, just one of those things, man. One of those things Again, we got to get a better relationship with police officers. I'm tired of saying this. You be the judge. Tell me what you think about this incident. Subscribe to my channel for more exclusive content like this. Ferros, where y'all at? 100K gang, we on the way. I'm out.
I want to salute you, homie, you know, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now, you're turning up on MrTaliaferro.com, shawty.